storage software, we're driving a new era of innovation. We call it the innovation ecosystem. And over the next set of videos, I'm introducing key partners who are evolving and driving differential solutions to fix customer problems, providing unique value of innovative capabilities on our proven and built on trusted foundations, data protection and data management platforms. What's Predatar doing? What are you innovating in this white screen that allows line of business to truly understand the service?
Well, good question, Ian. I mean, we're in the data protection business, okay? Not the sexiest of businesses in the world, but very important.
Increasing importance as data's value increases.
The line of business people want their data protected, but at the moment, for many of them, they don't have the visibility into whether their systems, their applications, their services are fully protected. They're getting pressure from regulatory bodies, government bodies, and they want to know, and they want to know now. And the other thing they want is speed. They've got a new application coming online, they've got to get first to market.
Yeah.
They don't want to be waiting weeks for IT to come back to them with a new backup solution.
Yeah.
So basically what we've done is we've been working in the practitioner space for many years. For about 7 years we've been building automation tools and analytics tools for the practitioners. But it's still, that backup system that's hidden away in the IT department with no visibility to line of business.
What do you mean by practitioner?
Practitioners, they're the service provider. They could be a service provider at your large internal enterprise shop, the IT administrators, or it could be an MSP, managed services provider. But anyone who's actually daily administering, maintaining, feeding and watering, their storage and backup systems.
Yeah.
So the difference we've done with the new Predatar solution, what we've added is giving line of business visibility.
Yeah.
And because if the IT departments and the MSPs don't provide that level of visibility, then line of business are going to go somewhere else. They're going to go to the cloud providers.
That rogue IT element, it just causes traditional complexity, diversity of infrastructure, and actually starts to present business risk. Mm-hmm. I think so. The products where line of business gets visibility of the resilience of their service are really going to help.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what's important to talk about is to stop rogue IT, is how can the IT department compete with the big cloud providers? So what is it they've got that, what advantages do they have over the big cloud providers? Well, let's have a look at it. First of all, cloud, you tend to get a one-size-fits-all solution. That's what we're offering, that's what you get, okay? What the IT departments know better than any cloud provider is their business. So if they're interfacing with the line of business, they're going to know what sort of service to provide them.
So it's not just the...
And so they can provide, options or tiers or service catalogue, which a cloud provider just can't do.
It's like customised views, customised understand the infrastructure to align with the services.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, there's no point providing a one-size-fits-all that protects your financial or your HR data in the same way that you protect your test and dev data. And the people that know the business better than anyone are the people working for the company. So there's no reason why they can't compete with the large cloud providers. But they do need to get the automation right, they need to get the analytics right, and they need to offer choice. So that's the key thing, choice.
So what does Predatar do then? So I'm sort of getting what you're saying, I totally agree. Where the rubber hits the road, those guys are firefighting, they understand the business, they understand the curves of workload and requirements on compliance or protection.
Probably best to tell a story. So we're working with a company, a large learning company, education company called Pearson. A very large global company, 30,000 employees, 70 countries around the world. Now they're always buying companies, every quarter they're buying new companies. And with it comes legacy IT. With it comes multiple different backup products. So the problem there is not just the cost, not just the duplication, but lack of control.
Yeah.
So they're buying companies who've outsourced their IT to a large cloud provider.
Yeah.
So what Pearson...
So no standards.
No standards, no
risk,
control, risk, cost.
Yeah.
And what they're trying to do is with their scale, build an internal private cloud, a shared service. And the reason why we partner with TSM, the reason why we've built Predatar on top of TSM, it's one of the very few products that can provide a service, a data protection service, for pretty much every single application that's going to be thrown at them. Yeah.
Comprehensive.
Small, large, mid-sized.
Proven foundations.
Yeah, and all our product really does is layer on top of that the cloud capability, the custom service view, the ability to have different tiers. So the IT department can go to lines of business and say, well, here's our catalogue of products.
Right.
They have different levels of response, different levels of service, and obviously different price.
Right.
So you pay your money, you take your choice. So Predatar really manages that provisioning of new workload. It manages the ongoing chargeback. It manages the visibility. Because otherwise it would be IT department doing their thing and the line of business not knowing if their service is up or down.
You talked about cloud capabilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, for me, cloud isn't about where you store your data necessarily, whether it's on-prem, off-prem, hybrid. The biggest benefit we're seeing with cloud is collaboration.
Okay.
So particularly in large enterprises that have data protection systems spread out over multiple geographies, different continents, they've got different levels of skills, level 1, level 2, in different parts of the world. And for many, it's all siloed. And there's no handover process, and it's not working efficiently. So what we're able to do with Predatar is really leveraging that cloud capability that says, right, we're going to collaborate so that we're not duplicating effort and automating as much of the work as possible.
So collaboration on skill sets, or what is it, like a common, almost like geo interface?
Yes.
What collaboration in terms of like sharing files, that sort of thing? What collaboration benefit does it bring?
Yeah, so Predatar, first and foremost, the first thing we did with Predatar was, right, let's, rather than scheduling a health check 3 times a year, let's create some monitoring alerting that does a health check every day.
Real time.
Real time, checking all of your TSM systems wherever they are, and rolling it all up into a single portal dashboard, okay, that everyone can view based on permissions that they're given. We then added into that basically all the experience that we'd learned as a services provider. This is where we've come from. Silverstring is the heavy engineering technical business, managing lots of customers, and every time we fixed a problem, we put in a knowledge base article. So not only is Predatar an automation tool, a monitoring, alerting tool, it's a knowledge tool as well.
Yeah.
And that knowledge can then be spread across all of the administrators, whether they're on-prem or in a service provider. And obviously, with the more mobile workforce, you've got occasionally churn of employees. If you've got a knowledge base and you've got collaboration, it doesn't matter.
You're
because
capturing
they're capturing the knowledge.
Experience.
They're capturing the knowledge, and that knowledge just doesn't walk out the door when somebody leaves the organisation.
Yeah, I think clients talk about firefighting. They talk about getting engaged in operational reaction to almost symptoms of problems that are very difficult to find in these increasingly complex environments. So, root cause analysis, getting to a point quickly, or even predictively avoiding, system failures, infrastructure degradation. These sort of things are hugely valuable in this, global 24/7, always on, type infrastructure.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why there is an opportunity for the IT department to fight back against this model of everything's going to go into the cloud with a big cloud provider. Because they know, backup, as you know, data protection, as you know, is touched by many different things. The networks, the servers, the storage systems. And if all you've done is take one piece of that out and outsourced it to a cloud provider, you've lost a lot of the context of what's going on.
Yeah.
And the IT department know that, and so they can collaborate not just among storage specialists within the company, but you can have your networking guys, your server guys, all with a different view of that data.
One thing that's really impressed me with your technology, is its look and feel and its intuitive use. Those customizable dashboards, the look and feel, it's like nothing I've seen before in like traditional IT infrastructure management. Like, where did that philosophy of design come from on Predatar? Because it is really impressive.
I think one of the big advantages that we've got as a software provider is we're also a service provider. So we're not sitting in a broom cupboard somewhere coming up with code and saying, right, we built this, go and sell it, go and buy it.
You're eating your own dog food?
We're eating our own dog food. So the product came out of a problem in where we were based in the UK, not enough TSM administrators, taking on more and more customers and support opportunities, we had to find a way of scaling it. So it was, you hear the term born in the cloud, or we were born as a service provider, and the product came out of that.
So you've effectively created something where you don't need those in-depth skills to manage enterprise class service provision around data?
Well, they're just used in a different way. So what we're saying is you do still potentially need high-level skills and consultants, but not to do day-to-day administration. You know, they can be used for better use, looking at, you know, architectural matters, how you can build out a cloud service, interfacing with the business. You know, much more valuable time.
TSM is evolving rapidly. Data protection, data resiliency, service resiliency are really key going forward. How do you feel as a long-term partner about what this rapid era of change that we're going through?
We're very excited about what's happening with TSM at the moment. We're seeing it evolve from you know, a product that did one thing. And I liken it to, again, when you're talking about backup, it's a necessary thing. It's not something you want, but you've got to have it. So in the same way that nobody wants to buy a drill, you know, they want a hole. What you don't want to have is lots of drills, and that's what's happening in a lot of IT companies. Lots of drills are coming in. And I liken TSM more to, you know, a drill with multiple bits to it. So you just put the bit that's relevant and stick that on, and you've got a solution.